This week in the Monday Night War, it is the go-home show for WCW Fall Brawl. They are fresh off of the Giant, turning on WCW to join the NWO, and they might just be looking to get a new member tonight on Nitro. Over on Raw, they're back on Mondays. Their IC title tournament is continuing. Savio Vega versus Farouk. And also the Dead Man returns. First match since the Boiler Room Brawl at SummerSlam. We're going to go over all of that. I am Romeo, Drunk Guy JJ, the ghost of SP3. This is True Rewind 80. You haven't seen bad, but it's coming.
This is True Rewind. This is True Rewind. This is True Rewind. This is True Rewind.
This is True Rewind. This is True Rewind.
What is up, everyone watching on the Fightful Overbooked YouTube channel? We know we've been on a little bit of a hiatus break lately here on True Rewind. You've seen it. These weekends have been absolutely crazy with all these pay-per-views going on. It's been such a streak. But now we have returned. We are back.
Streak is over.
Unfortunately, SB3 couldn't be with us this week. But hey, you still got me, and you still got Drunk Guy JJ. Drunk Guy, what is up? Good brother.
What is going on, guys? Was I here last episode? Since you've been in a hiatus, I guess.
I don't know. It's been years.
It's good to be back here on True Rewind. It's been a while. Here with my good brother Romeo.
Catchy song.
Yes.
Everyone, please like this video, share this video if you see it on social media, and of course, comments in the chat as we go along here, recapping Nitro and Raw for September 9th, 1996. We are going to start with Monday Night Nitro, which took place. Let me change this background. From Columbus, Georgia, a place I've never been, never even heard of. I know Columbus, Ohio, but Columbus, Georgia. Okay.
Kind of like Savannah, Georgia.
I don't know. It looks kind of whack from this picture alone, but hey, sorry to all our viewers from Columbus, Georgia. I'm sorry. I did not.
AKA nobody.
We start Nitro with Pat Tanaka versus Super Callow.
Super Callow versus SB Aldocious.
Both making their WCW debuts, I think,
yes.
Or at least Nitro debuts. This is very short. The finish was awful and botched and dangerous.
Yes.
Callow reversed something off the top rope, and it looked like he landed on his head. He gets the pin, though, and pops back up A-OK. He is facing Rey Mysterio at Fall Brawl for the Cruiserweight Championship.
See.
And Drunk Guy, I wasn't impressed.
Not at all. He looked like shit. Smash. This is not a way to showcase the guy facing your champion going into a pay-per-view on Sunday. So yeah, no, wasn't impressed either.
By the way, during the match, we saw some people in NWO shirts with boxes heading into the arena. More on that later. Backstage, we got Mean Gene with Rick Steiner. How would you describe Rick Steiner here in this promo?
Fucking like sounding dumb as hell. His whole promo was just like, what the fuck? We see why he wasn't the successful Steiner with this promo alone. Jesus Christ.
Lex Luger interrupted. Rick sounded crazy.
Holy shit.
Luger said he's a great tag wrestler, but in singles wrestling, he's going down tonight. I could beat you, said Rick Steiner. I could beat you. I could beat you. I could beat you. Gene said Lex, after they both walk away, Gene says Lex may be alluding to the fact Rick doesn't have it all upstairs. Very bold by Gene when they both walk away. Hey, buy the NWO t-shirt. All proceeds go to the Ric Flair retirement fund.
That aged well. No pun intended.
Oh, man. Ric Flair still has his final match.
Yeah. Oh, mind you, all those guys are retired.
Goes to show you.
Oh, N1 is dead, obviously. Oh, we're still in 1996.
Yes, we are. But hey. From the Wrestling Observer newsletter.
Oh, Lord.
A couple of weeks ago, when Hulk Hogan and the Giant destroyed the announcer set in an unplanned bit, they ended up causing an estimated $40,000 in damage. Also, someone fucked up bad on the time management front because the show ended 9 minutes early, which kept the episode from setting a ratings record. Wow. Ain't that some shit?
Damn, they lost money all across the board. All across the board. Jesus, man. NWO is already ruining things.
Now, this part of Nitro really pissed me off. All that hype for Glacier, all that weeks and weeks and weeks of these promo videos, these vignettes, and the motherfucker debuted on WCW Pro. What? Not even a Nitro.
Not even a Nitro.
We saw highlights of it taped. Like, who cares by now?
Who the fuck cares now? It's
Nitro.
dead. You're right. Clearly, WWE didn't care no more either.
The amazing French Canadians, aka the Quebecers, aka Jacques Rougeau and Carl Ouellet, aka PCO, as you may know him today, versus the Nasty Boys.
Man, it was nasty.
Rougeau wanted everyone to stand up for the national anthem, of course. Oh, Canada. I don't know the rest of the words. Oh, jeez, you're even worse. The Nasty Boys rudely interrupt with an attack. And then at ringside, Larry Zbyszko takes some of the signs that the people in NWO shirts were handing out to the crowd and throws them to the ground.
Screw them. Screw them fucking signs.
And they read, "You haven't seen bad, but it's coming. That's our
sounds like this. Title. Sounds like this. These last two episodes of Monday Night Wars.
Ouellet looks like he's gained a few pounds since we last saw him versus Bret Hart back in WWF. Knobs wrecks Ouellet with the Quebec flag for the dirty finish and win, and Rougeau tripped getting into the ring to break it up. From the Wrestling Observer newsletter.
I guess my old boy is retired now.
Oh, you could say old boy after it. Jacques Rougeau and Carl Ouellet debuted on Nitro as a team called the Amazing French Canadians. WCW gave no hints that they were ever champions in WWF, whether they were major stars in Canada, and simply brought them out as jobbers to get beat by the Nasty Boys. It was Rougeau's first match since his WWF retirement match 2 years ago. Ouellet has gained a ton of weight and looked awful, but was more agile than you think by looking at him. Sounds like today. Gene Okerlund slipped up and called them the Rougeau brothers, which is the WWF name that they have trademarked. So it's entirely possible they'll hear from Vince's lawyer on that. An interview with the Nasty Boys after, Sag says everybody's been pointing their fingers at the Nasty Boys. Are they NWO or are they WCW? All they care about are the WCW tag titles. Knobs says they couldn't give two hells what the NWO does. They're coming for Harlem Heat. Sucker. Thankfully he said that and not the other word that he said before. Then we get a hold versus hold match. Scott Norton versus Sergeant Craig Pittman. Norton gets his submission hold on pretty quickly, and Pittman doesn't give up. Ice Train comes down and throws in the towel, arguing with Teddy Long.
Worst fucking outfit I've ever seen in my life. What the fuck kind of shirt, jacket, whatever the fuck it was, knapsack. I don't know. That shit was horrible. It was horrible.
That's like something Will Hobbs would wear.
Nah. Hobbs. Yeah, I don't think he would wear something. I don't know what the. I don't even know what that. I didn't even know that was a piece of clothing they sold. That shit look crazy.
Ice Train and Norton squared off. Not much to say here. That was pretty much it.
Yeah, that was it.
Pittman looked bad.
Trash.
How about that?
Shocker.
Backstage, we get Mean Gene, with Flair, Arn, and Lex. Flair wants to know, where's Sting? Luger says he's been a horseman before, so he knows how things work. Sting is somewhere. He doesn't know. Flair loses it, cutting a promo on NWO. Then we get Monko and Benoit in the picture. Monko can smell the rats jumping off the ship. And Arn Anderson has called ahead a hospital room, because he expects to get hurt at War Games. That's how tough he is. He's called ahead a hospital room. From the Wrestling Observer newsletter. I'm going to play that a lot. A lot this episode. A lot. I have a lot of notes. Ric Flair's WCW contract expires in November, and he's making it known he's still unhappy with how things are going, particularly the Horsemen being made to look like the NWO's bitches every week. Lots of other mid-card WCW wrestlers are unhappy for same reasons, saying that with Hogan basically running the company, no one else is allowed to get over unless they're part of his inner circle. But Hogan is signed to WCW through 1998, so that won't be changing anytime soon. Should Ric Flair get out of here?
Oh,
at this point, 1996, should he be getting out of here in November?
Should be retiring, but that's another story.
Oh. Poor Joe Gomez. Boo to the ring.
Yeah, that was awful. El Desperado. We got El fucking Desperado over here.
Versus Juventud Guerrera.
The Juice.
Juvi apparently replacing Psychosis at Fall Brawl for a title shot versus Conan for the Mexican Championship. Juvi wins with some wild twisting splash, springboarding off the top rope. The crowd boos. the crowd did not like this match for some reason.
Not care. Well, look what they were. It was in Georgia. I'm sure they don't think fond of Mexicans. So there you go.
Oh boy. Mean Gene interviews the ref, Nick Patrick. They go over the DQ last week when Luger deliberately hit him. Patrick questions why Luger isn't suspended, blames Mean Gene for all this. Gene brings up Patrick's lavish lifestyle, and then Patrick threatens taking Mean Gene to court. Outside, the NWO was putting flyers on people's cars
in
the rain. DiBiase was talking to someone in the limo. He's the only one with an umbrella out there.
Right, the smart one. That's why he got all the money.
DiBiase, man. That's why everyone's got a price. I'm surprised he didn't have someone holding the umbrella for him.
Now Hogan, there's no way Hogan and them would do it.
Right. Then we get Rick Steiner versus Lex Luger. Rick does a ton of mat wrestling to Lex, and I noticed why. He's waiting for the second hour pyro to go off. He said, we're not doing anything exciting till that shit is out of the way. And after that, the action instantly picks up, and they get a little time. But Nick Patrick comes out to wave Lex Luger to the back. And back in the rainy parking lot, DiBiase is arguing with someone in the limo, and we hear Sting's voice arguing about trust. Bischoff loses it in commentary, putting two and two together. The whole thing sounds very recorded.
Yeah, very, very fucking recorded, bro. Like, I don't even understand. Like why they, well, obviously it's wrestling, but like, come on, man, let's be fucking real.
Luger comes out, and the guy DiBiase's talking to comes out of the other side of the limo, attacks Lex Luger. It's fucking Sting. Sting. Yeah, the rest of the NWO join in beating Lex Luger's ass. Sting looks noticeably shorter. Something's very wrong here.
And less leaner at the time. More leaner at the time, excuse me.
DiBiase gets some shots in. Luger fights off the Porsche chauffeur as the rest escape, or they can't be found. And then some of the WCW roster comes out later on. Oh, look, even got an umbrella.
Oh, hey, can't jump. Let's get an umbrella first.
Oh, man, they search for the NWO. One limo left. They don't find anything. They find some bottles of spray paint.
They found an umbrella, too.
Yeah. This was interesting because it's the most interesting thing that's happened on the show so far.
Yeah, 100%.
You wonder how much of the audience at the time is buying that, oh shit, that's Sting, or how much of the audience is saying
that's not Sting. No way.
Not that short.
I don't know, man. It's 1996, so I would think majority of that crowd probably definitely bought it with Sting. Even how they sold it through the rest of the show, it definitely made it. If you were at the time watching, it was like, damn. Maybe he's really sick of that shit.
But I like this angle, though. I did like it.
Yeah.
Next, we got Billy Kidman.
Young
champ. Very young. Rey Mysterio Jr. I was looking forward to this. But they got zero time. Maybe 2 to 3 minutes tops. Rey wins with a springboard senton splash, and Bischoff called it a tremendous match in a somber tone. Yes, at this point of the show, the announcers are, oh my God, you do it thought somebody died.
Yeah, right, yeah. They definitely sold home the whole Sting situation. They were very heartbroken.
Very disappointing length to that match. Hopefully, we see more Kidman, Rey Mysterio seriously in the future.
We will.
Thank goodness. Next, we got the Faces of Fear versus Public Enemy.
Basically,
this
this whole, I don't even know what to call this. This whole angle match, whatever, was fucking stupid. You got a fucking leprechaun running around the ring. They don't even care about the match. They legit cut to a whole promo segment during the match. Like, not even a dual screen. He legit had the camera on the freaking promo. I was like, wow.
Like, this dumb leprechaun, like, read the room, pal. Everyone is depressed. Nobody wants to see you right now with your bullshit running around. Looking like, I don't know, looking like you fucking feeding for some breast milk or something. I don't know what's going on here. But yeah, the match is interrupted for Gene to interview the Horseman and Luger backstage. Arn says he's sick. Sting was the constant in WCW. Luger doesn't have any answers. Says his best friend just stabbed him in the back. Then Luger says he's going to go to find Sting. He knows where he lives and he knows where he works out. Rick snaps.
Beat him up in the gym.
Rick snaps. Says Luger can still ride with them at War Games if he wants to. And Arn says Mongo and Benoit can fill in. Back to this match. Barbarian crashes and burns through a table on the outside.
Like brutal.
Rocco Rock with a moonsault off the top rope through the table on Meng. Bang sells it for about 5 seconds and gets right back up and starts whooping some ass. Barbarian back in the ring too. Ref Nick Patrick calls for the DQ because now it's too much.
Oh, now it's
choking.
Oh my God, now it's too much. Table spots, brawling, everything else. That now it's too much. Give me a fucking break.
Terrible finish. But Mean Gene's got to hear from the Dungeon of Doom. Jimmy Hart chastises a giant for being a turncoat. Big Bubba says Glacier can't intimidate them. Come get some of this, Karate Man. Conan, who is now in the Dungeon of Doom all of a sudden.
Out of nowhere. I was gonna ask you too. Is this like the first time him dressed like an essay?
Yes.
I was like looking like, when the fuck does this happen?
He's got some Mexican gang street talk.
Yeah.
Taskmaster looks like an 80s fitness instructor now. He says if Savage wants to clear his debt for the dungeon helping him out last week, then take out Tenta tonight. He says, don't trust anyone around here. If Sting can turn, anyone can turn. NWO announcement time. They talk about the fifth guy. It was so random and all over the place. Kind of confusing. Ted DiBiase talks about having their own NWO show, their own titles. I didn't like this. It was just a lot of rambling all over the place.
All over the place.
I didn't like that. Then the aforementioned Macho Man Randy Savage versus Tenta. Bischoff makes sure to clarify at Brain's mistake earlier calling Mang Haku. No new lawsuits.
It's already 2 lawsuits tonight. Raju Brothers and goddamn Haku.
Right?
Giving them all that money.
Savage drills Tenta. Oh my God. With a chair multiple times. And I guess anything goes in this match. Yeah, if this is
WCW rules. Let me guess. He would have like stopped, kept on punching. That would have been DQ.
Multiple elbow drops from Macho Man. And the dungeon should be happy. Macho Man whooped Tenta's ass.
Yeah, basically.
But Teddy Long runs out, yells at Macho Man to come to the back. And Macho chases after a limo in the parking lot. Another limo. The Horsemen come out. More WCW guys. Another limo's there with nothing but more spray paint cans. They basically just do the same thing that was done earlier tonight. Except now they take the spray paint cans and they spray paint in the rain. That's sure to leave a mark.
Right. Let's play WCW.
Afterwards, the Horsemen take over the commentary booth. Just a lot of taunting to the NWO, hyping Fall Brawl War Games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about this ending. Like, you just did that earlier. Was there a reason to do that again?
They literally had the Horsemen cut promos, basically the same shit the whole night. What is the point? What is the fucking point? We get it. We get it. You've been talking about it on commentary all night. You had them cut the same promo all fucking night.
From the Wrestling Observer newsletter.
Oh boy.
Nitro ended with an angle where all the WCW guys ran out to the parking lot to surround the NWO limos, including Randy, who ran out mid-match to do it. The angle was great on TV, but it pissed off the live fans because they had no way to see what was happening backstage, and they booed the hell out of it. As a result, WCW is planning to buy a video wall to bring to future TV so fans can see what's happening backstage during segments like that. What a genius idea. Also, the next time they return to the city, they're only charging $5 per show in an attempt to make it up to the fans who were so furious.
Oh, look at that. Look at WCW. Man.
It's nice. A video wall. What a great idea.
Right.
Yeah.
Now
I like it.
Great idea.
Match of the night. What did you go?
Had to choose. Oh my God.
I went with Faces of Fear and Public Enemy, even with that shit finish.
That was awful.
At least they went through some tables. They had a little time.
10-minute Mysterio.
That shit was like 2 minutes.
Itself the best match on the show.
MVP, I got to go with the NWO. They fucking.
They got Sting.
They got Sting.
That's Sting.
And even if they don't have Sting, that's a great ruse.
Yes, NWO.
LVP, I got to go with the entire WCW.
WCW and Super Callow.
Super. Well, doesn't he count? I guess not. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, right. He come from. He's just debuting. So I guess
WCW just looked terrible. They look like dweebs.
Awful. And why the fuck can't they just get in the goddamn limo already? All those motherfucking wrestlers break a fucking window. Like, what is so hard?
Spray painting in the rain.
Oh, man.
Ted DiBiase is the only guy in WCW. You got WCW wrestlers coming out. Oh, no, I need an umbrella. No, you look like sissies. We'll put our thumbs out. 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up, thumbs middle, thumbs down for Nitro. 3, 2, 1. You'll go down. I'll go middle just because I did like the angle.
No,
but man,
that's
yeah,
not
the
sad.
rest
You
of the
know
show
what?
is
And
bad.
that's what they based the whole show on, but still, no, that show was bad.
The rating. Last week they did a 4.3. Now with Raw back, what do you think they did?
Go home show 4.0.
Did a 3.7.
Damn.
So even lower than you
I
expected.
was closer than Sid, so that's fine.
Oh, and now. Yeah, Sid didn't even have a guess, so correct. I am freezing up here, so I'll wait to come back. Am I freezing? Can you see me?
No, I can't. I can hear you. I can't see you. I can't see you.
Technical difficulties. All right, you can hear me, so we'll go to Raw now. Wait, what's going on? Wait, how did that show up? What is going on here? I did not press that at all. Come on. What is going on here?
You said
Outbreak.
technical difficulty and then that got off.
What the hell was that?
Oh, no. There you go.
Let's
there you
switch the
go.
channels. Go to Monday Night Raw,
Man.
which was taped from Wheeling, West Virginia. And we start with Farouk versus Savio Vega for the IC title tournament.
Mhm.
Sonny helps Farouk several times in this match. Not needed. And Savio Vega almost
I mean, it was helping a
decapitates
lot of
himself.
wrestlers back in the day.
That could be said, yes. Savio almost decapitates himself, getting thrown into the bottom turnbuckle. And oh boy. Jim Ross with one of the most distasteful lines I've ever heard on commentary. Holy shit.
Man.
He says Savio might look like Tupac Shakur before this one is over. All right, folks, if you need some context here. All right, hold on. I got you.
Man, why did I not pay attention to that? Oh, man.
I got you guys.
Holy
So
shit.
Tupac Shakur, famous rapper, one of the best of all time, maybe the best, was shot on September 7th. We are on September 9th. Tupac was shot. He dies a few days later, September 13th.
13.
And Jerry the King Lawler doesn't want JR to take all the heat, so he has a Tupac joke too. He says Tupac got more shots lately than Jake Roberts at Happy Hour.
Yo.
Holy
What?
shit.
What? What did I not? Oh, no.
Folks, I'm not making this up. You can go back, you can watch for yourself, you can listen to yourself. It's not edited out. Like, leave that shit in there. Leave that shit in there.
Shit.
That was a joke. Leave them in there.
Oh, my God. What
They
the?
went after Tupac. My God.
Damn.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. Hey, different times, folks. 1996. And I'm sure it's going to get a lot wilder. I'm sure some more wild things will be said.
Oh, yeah. That's, oh, man. Wow. That's
Or will
crazy.
there? I don't. It's hard to top that. That's pretty bad.
That I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if anything tops that. That's crazy.
Farouk wins with Dominator. Sonny on the mic says Sid will get run through.
Just like she was.
And and the crowd groans. No, that's not the crowd groaning. That's me groaning. Sid comes out. And he finds all of this hilarious. He finds drunk guy JJ's joke hilarious. The officials separate these two. Huge Sid chance as he continues to get over and be one of the most over guys on Raw. We are seeing Sid's ascension here. Next up, probably my favorite part of Raw. It's a bunch of get well messages to Ahmed Johnson. You know Ahmed Johnson. He's suffering through a kidney injury. Savio Vega starts things off. He says, Ahmed, listen to your doctor. Savio probably needs a doctor after that match. And here's that picture again. Bob Backlund, who said Ahmed's campaign didn't last long and it's all over now. Wow. Sid, the only nice guy here, says get well soon. By the way, they keep showing Farouk whooping Ahmed's ass during all these messages. Even the baby faces, like Sid will say something. Oh, show Ahmed getting his ass kicked.
Kicked in her kidneys. Kicked in the ribs.
And by the way, these camera shots are ridiculously way too close to the people's faces. Back up a little bit.
Stone Cold's pedo stash.
Stone Cold says, when you come back, son, I'm gonna pound the other kidney. Oh man. Oh, Mark Henry with great foreshadowing. He says, I'm looking forward to meeting you, Ahmed.
Oh man, he will regret those words, I'll tell you that much. That's why he had his eyes closed. He's like, oh fuck.
Clarence Mason says the kidney injury sounds like a lawsuit. Marlena says Goldust wouldn't mind eating his kidney, I guess. Something like that. Some shit like that. It's very disturbing. Very disturbing. Jerry Lawler says he heard Ahmed's kidney donor is Jake the Snake Roberts. And he found that hilarious. Phineas says happy birthday. And Owen Hart ends things off saying, don't think for 1 second that he's going to take it easy on him if he comes back. I can't tell you what was my favorite part of that. I think it was Jerry Lawler. That was funny.
Jerry Stone Cold.
Mark Henry saying, Farouk. I can't wait to meet Farouk. Like, oh, yeah. You're going to meet him.
You're going to meet him, all right?
Yeah. Speaking of Mark Henry, from the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Listen to this.
Oh, boy.
Lots of negative heat on Mark Henry. Henry has been getting lukewarm responses at house shows. Dave Meltzer thinks they should probably stop calling him the world's strongest man since everyone knows he didn't do all that great in the Olympics, so no one buys it. That'll age well.
Well, I say, yeah.
And backstage, there's several wrestlers upset over the fact that he got a 10-year guaranteed contract, despite having never wrestled. Never. There's also been reports of him not getting along with people backstage. Just a personality clash. It's not that Henry has a bad attitude or anything, but with so many people already resenting him, he's had some dust-ups with certain people. I hope things work out for Mark Henry.
Yeah, me too, man. I hope he becomes the world champ. Goes on a nice run. Has a long career. I wish him the best.
Then we get Shawn Michaels, Jose Lothario interview in the ring. First, Shawn addresses Camp Cornette. Says since he doesn't hit women, Jose Lothario is gonna clean Jim Cornette's clock.
So you're saying Jose Lothario hits women? Gotcha. Cool.
Right. Then Jose talks some shit in English and Spanish. And Shawn Michaels then cuts a promo on Mankind. He's going to be Mankind's daddy. Do not hunt what you can't kill. By the way, Shawn Michaels' Playgirl out now.
And JR said this is for grown-ups.
How'd you like Shawn cutting a promo on Mankind?
It was all right. It was besides the women part, I mean, just basically Jose Lothario, women beater. Jose was cringe on the mic. Sorry. Well, not sorry. But yes, Mind Games.
Much longer, is he?
No, we got a few more months with him still. So the Rumble or Survivor Series, excuse me. But
a few months,
yeah,
a little longer.
Yeah, we got Shawn and Mankind at Mind Games. I am very excited for that. I wonder how that match turns out. It should be a good one.
From the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Listen to this. All charges have been dropped against the servicemen who attacked Shawn Michaels in Syracuse last year. No word why, but that case is over. Shawn Michaels can breathe easy. He won't get attacked again.
I'm about to say, he wasn't breathing that night. He was gasping.
Next up, all right, we're going to breeze through the show now because
the fun part's over.
TL Hopper versus the debuting Stalker.
That's what the stalker looks like, camouflage. He just camouflage. Well, I guess that makes sense. When you're stalking somebody, you don't want to be seen in plain sight. So,
thankfully, we cut immediately to Bryant Pillman and Owen Hart backstage. Brian's so happy about outscooping all the journalists. Owen's happy that he and Brett are finally back together. And Brett will be at In Your House to make a shocking announcement. And then during this match, Jerry gets on Jim Ross for his sources being guys that hang out with Jake the Snake. JR says he's got, the breaking news, the Razor Diesel news. When he broke that, it caused a snag in the negotiations that they're coming back. But he still stands by his sources. From the Wrestling Observer newsletter. This Razor Diesel angle. Apparently, Vince McMahon came up with the idea Thursday before that Friday Raw. This led to many people in the company not being aware of the angle and being surprised when Jim Ross announced they were returning. It led to a record number of calls to the WWF hotline and speculation on the WWF AOL forum. But it did not translate to ratings at all. Anyway, the initial idea was just to get people talking and hope it translates to ratings. But there is a plan to possibly bring in Razor and Diesel impersonators. Although almost everyone in WWF thinks it would be a huge mistake, and they should probably just drop the angle.
Yeah.
But there's been talk of bringing in Rick Bogner to portray Razor Ramon, and for some guy named Glenn Jacobs, formerly Isaac Yankem, to portray Diesel. Having new wrestlers portray old characters isn't new in wrestling, but it's never been done on this big a level with unmasked wrestlers. And Dave says if they go this route, almost everyone in WWF believes it will backfire huge.
Let's see if this ages well.
As for Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, they knew nothing of this angle and found out about it while working a WCW house show that night. There's no loophole in their contracts that would allow them to leave WCW, nor have there been any talks of them returning. WCW can't really respond publicly to this because of the lawsuit, and WCW is avoiding even directly referencing Hall and Nash as Razor and Diesel. Of course, Nash and Hall have both always claimed that Bischoff panicked due to the storyline and gave them both a big raise so they wouldn't go back to WWF. But given how locked into their contracts they were, couldn't fathom Bischoff being that foolish. The story has always sounded like bullshit, and Bischoff has flat out denied it. Dave was asked on Twitter, and he said he also thought it was bullshit, but he can't be sure.
I would think it's bullshit. But Bishop can't be that dumb either. Think that, damn, I got them in the biggest angle, got them in basically the biggest storyline in wrestling at that time. Nah, he should have knew better, but hey.
Kevin Kelly interrupted all that bickering, tried to get excited about the match. It didn't work. Stalker wins with a second rope superplex.
Creep slam.
Whatever. They recapped the 4 times that Mr. Perfect has stole Hunter Hearst Helmsley's ladies.
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
By the way, this doesn't lead to anything at all.
No.
That's why we'll move on quickly. And move on to something else that doesn't...
months later.
Move on to something else that doesn't lead to anything at all. Freddie Joe Floyd versus Crush. Clarence Mason on commentary skates around the question of if he has a managing license. Crush wins with a punch. The crowd couldn't care less.
At all. Neither do we.
Main event time. Salvador Sincere. Yes, I said main event time. Yes. And I said Salvador Sincere.
You said a fucking jobber.
The Undertaker. And Taker with an out of character entrance. No hat. No coat. Walks fast. Proceeds to beat Sincere's ass. But Sincere makes a comeback. And gets some offense. And this goes way too long. And Taker does way too much selling for Sincere. He must like him personally.
He must have been sincere.
They try to say the Boiler Room Brawl punishment was still affecting Undertaker. Whatever. Bullshit. We get the Goldust promo backstage. Not going to do the Goldust voice. That's SB3's gimmick.
Oh, Undertaker saved
And anyway, it was a kind of a weak promo and very tame by Goldust standards. It really wasn't much.
Getting grandstand.
Finally, a chokeslam and a tombstone. Undertaker wins. From the Wrestling Observer newsletter.
Oh man, that's getting a lot of traction.
Yeah, got to be a new record. Apparently, Undertaker was out with a staph infection in his arm, stemming from a cut received during the Boiler Room Brawl. And listen to this. Of all people to be brought in to work angles at the house shows replacing Undertaker, Bill Watts replaced the Undertaker and got beaten up by Mankind several times on the house shows.
Jesus.
All the people on the roster, you went to go get Bill Watts. Match of the night. There's not much to choose from. Farouk Savio. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I say there's literally nothing to choose from. So I'm just gonna go with Farouk Savio.
MVP. Who's your MVP?
MVP for this match? I mean, not this match. This night.
The show.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I went with Sid just because he was over
like Rover. Yeah, they love Sid, and all he did was laugh and get in under their skin. So yeah, I'll go Sid. So I get
LVP Jabroni of the night. I got to go with JR and King for that.
Yeah, that was
horrific commentary on Tupac.
Yeah, JR and King for sure. That's crazy.
We'll put our thumbs out. 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up, thumbs middle, thumbs down for this Raw. 3, 2, 1. Unanimous. Thumbs down. This.
We're in 2022. Yay.
Drunk guy, why don't you guess the rating? The last time Raw was on Monday, which was a lot of weeks ago, they did a 2.9. Now they're back. Nitro is doing good in the ratings. What do you think they did tonight? I can tell you again what Nitro did. Nitro did a 3.7. Yeah, you got a good memory.
Yeah, of course, man. 3.
Ooh, you're very generous. Very generous. 2.4. Raw goes down.
I'm right like, oh God, I'm way off then.
In the ratings war, WCW wins again, 3.7 to 2.4. That's a big difference. Nitro has won 11 weeks in a row. Nitro is up 28 to 17 to 2 in the ratings war. From the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer was pissed off. Dave went on a rant about WWF and WCW running angles aimed at hardcore fans and newsletter readers to try and swerve the smart fans. Dave's talking about ratings. WCW is drawing double the number of adult fans as WWF. Meanwhile, WWF is still winning in the kids and teenagers demo, but only barely. WWF's top draws for kids are Undertaker and Shawn. And in the case of Shawn, he has a strong negative appeal among adult viewers who tend to tune out in droves when he's on TV while kids still love him. But adult viewers are what makes the difference in the ratings war, and WWF is getting slaughtered on that front. Interesting.
That is interesting.
Shawn's good with the kids. The adults hate him. It's very, very John Cena-esque right here in 1996.
Yeah, that is very, very much. And now look, all the adults, all the older people who watched during that time love them. Fucking phonies.
Dave says, in a desperate attempt to get ratings and generate calls to their 900 numbers with the Razor and Diesel stuff, WWF lost the ratings battle. The stupid angle completely overshadowed all the hype and build for their pay-per-view. As for WCW, they threw another hot shot angle, the fake Sting. This angle led to fans changing the channel in mass, and ratings for the rest of the show plummeted. But they still managed to destroy Raw in the ratings. Dave Meltzer thinks both companies, but especially Bischoff, enjoy trying to swerve the fans with surprises too much, and then going on the internet the next day to read all the feedback, and Bischoff especially to congratulate himself on how clever he was. What do you think about that Sting angle? Do you agree with Dave there, or do you kind of think it's okay? You think Bischoff's, that's a good idea?
Judging, I mean, if we're going to base it off right now, it's like they're doing everything too much with everybody coming to join the NWO. I get it's a new faction, but I feel like they should have definitely, kept it just with the three for a little bit and started leaning towards more people. But over the long-term run of what we would end up seeing, this was a good angle, 100%. But again, we're talking about right now. We don't know what happens 1997, later that year, whatever the case may be. I feel like granted, it's Hogan, Nash, and Hall, and they're established stars coming from the other company, defecting, starting their own group. But they should have got a little more, even with Giant joining. Like, bro, they just embarrassed you. Like, and you join right. I never they should have just marinated for a little bit, and then started bringing everybody along. I feel like everything was just happening too quick with NWO when it came to adding people to the, especially when you guys are playing, like you make your former WCW champion who just lost the belt to Hulk Hogan join. Now you have your top babyface joining, at least build towards it. Don't just keep doing everything, like you said, doing everything just for shock value. Of course, back then it was easy to do that because it wasn't like the internet and all the stuff we deal with, and outside of the DeLorean.
I feel like if I were a viewer in 1996 watching this for the first time, watching all that live, I would be able to tell something was off with that Sting. The audio sounded weird, and then when he came out, he looked shorter. He doesn't look like Sting, and then of course Sting just doing all that wouldn't make sense to begin with. So I would find that interesting and intriguing, and the fact that NWO is trying to fool everybody with this fake Sting, I think that's cool. I think that's funny. I think that's hilarious on a heel level.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised when I hear everybody turned the channels. Like, let me go see what Raw's doing. Sting turned on WCW. You know what?
Right.
Let me go see what's over there. And then they see some bullshit over there, and they still win.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
Bad job by Raw. Bad job
like
by Raw.
Sting
putting
is your
that
top
shit
guy. Yeah, Sting is your top guy at the one of the top baby faces at the time, and you have him do that like right before the pay-per-view. Like, don't y'all want to sell sell pay-per-view? Like, I don't understand. It just
Yeah,
like
you
I said,
have
it
WCW
just,
pumped up versus NWO. This is huge.
yeah.
Sting's the real Sting's nowhere to be found. And I guess this is the beginning of the when the fuck are we gonna see Sting again? Don't tell me.
Oh.
I'm watching this all for the first time. We're not gonna get this payoff for a very long time, are we?
Oh, kinda, yeah. Full payoff, yeah, definitely not for another year.
Oh my god.
But it's some things are sprinkled in before
Gotcha.
the full payoff.
So we both agree WCW was a better show. So on the True Rewind scoreboard, WCW 30-17 over WWF. There you have it. Our next episode, True Rewind 81, will be WCW Fall Brawl 1996. Stay tuned for that when it drops. Thank you everyone for joining us here, True Rewind 80. Thumbs up this video if you haven't already. We want to hear from you. What do you think of everything that's going on, and especially the last conversation me and Drunk Guy just had? Drunk Guy, let everyone know where they can find you.
Follow me on Instagram, Hacksaw_J_Duggan, Twitter, Drunken Master JJ, Facebook. My name is my name. If you don't know my name, don't add me. Of course, the gang is everywhere: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Patreon. We have also Twitch. We have Pro Wrestling Tees /True Heels. eHarmony, Live Harmony, Christian Mingle, Tinder, MySpace, Skullnex, Black Planet. We are everywhere. We do what we do.
Absolutely. You can follow me, Tru Heel Romeo, Twitter and Instagram. Over on the Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel, watch-alongs every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday that I'm on. Well, we have watch-alongs for everything throughout the week as well.
Oh, yes. Rated Raw Superstars, obviously, Mondays. Tuesdays, the next stream, my good brother Romeo. Elite Heat every Wednesday. Pay-per-views, all that good stuff.
Oh, yeah. And check out our new channel, Tru Heel Heat Sports.
Yes.
We talk a lot of sports on there. We just started it. We got 60 subscribers. We're proud of it. We want more. Join us. Check it out.
Need more.
So, thank you all, everyone, for watching True Rewind 80. We appreciate y'all. For Drunk Guy JJ, I am.
You are frozen.
You haven't seen bad, but it's coming.
That's what she
We'll
said.
see you next time. Fall Brawl, it's coming.